Akabo wa Akatu. This is Daku, and today I want to share a news article from the Washington Post that really isn't news at all. Those of us that have been living the nightmare that Malcolm talked about, those of us that have been awake from the dream, we are fully aware of what the Washington Post article is showing here. But some of you Negroes that have been given all of your heart's desire here in the United States of America, some of you white people that have seen no parts of poverty and that enjoy all of the benefits of your racist system. This news article is showing that the black-white dynamic hasn't budged in 50 years. The black-white economic dynamic hasn't changed in 50 years. Because everybody's out here celebrating. You saw the Obamas at the 50th anniversary of the March on Washington. You saw Oprah Winfrey. You saw the civil rights activists from the 60s on throughout the current year. And they were saying how some things have changed, and some were saying, I got to give them their credit, that things haven't really changed. But this Washington Post news article is going into the fact that the economic gap hasn't budged. Okay? Let's go down and see what else this news article is showing us. It's saying that the ratio of black and white unemployment rate from 1963 to 2012 hasn't changed. Alright? So we got Negroes talking about, I got a job. Why can't you get a job? I got money. Why can't you get money? I'm educated. Why can't you get educated? See what else this article has to say. For the past 50 years, black unemployment has been well above recession levels. Well above recession levels. Now this chart is kind of deceptive because it says that the black unemployment rate has been well above recession levels, and it puts it at 11.6%. But we know that is black male and female. That's the black male and female average. But if you look at the black male unemployment rate average that we showed you last year, the black male unemployment rate is anywhere from 23% all the way up to 80% in some areas. Okay? You can't survive like that. Dr. Claude Anderson told you that. Go look at Powernomics when you get an opportunity. Alright, what else does it show? That the gap in household income between blacks and whites hasn't narrowed in the last 50 years. Y'all keep on talking about something's changed. Alright, let's see what else it says. It says the wealth disparity between whites and blacks grew even wider during the Great Recession. And you can see the chart on that. Just get the Washington Post news article. August the 28th. I know we're into the next day, the 29th now. It's after 12 o'clock. But get the Washington Post news article from August the 28th, 2013, and you'll see all of these charts here. Alright, what else does it say? The black poverty rate is no longer declining. The black poverty rate is on the rise. But you got a black president. You think everything is going to be alright. You keep hoping for some type of messiah, one person that's going to come and change you. The black world has to come together and change your circumstance. It says that the black poverty rate is the highest in America. at 28%. The Hispanic poverty rate is right behind that at 25%. The Asian poverty rate is 12%. The white poverty rate is only 10%. And y'all keep saying it ain't about race. It's about class. It's about poverty. Well, the white poverty rate is only 10%. The black poverty rate is 28%. And let's not go into the fact that those of us that are lower middle class, they're really poor too. So if we really added the lower middle class, you'd be talking about something like 50%. So again, the chart is somewhat deceptive. Let's see what the next one says. Black children are far more likely than whites to live in areas of concentrated poverty. It says that 45% of black children are likely to live in areas of concentrated poverty. Let's see what the white rate is. 12% of whites are likely to live in areas of concentrated poverty. Okay? Again, you keep saying that it's not about race, it's about class. It's a poverty thing. Well, why are the majority of the people that are in the lower class in this country black or Hispanic? And the majority of the people that are in the higher class, the upper class in this country, are white. Okay? And Asian. But whites, they surpass everybody. Because even the Asians are at 21%. The whites are at 12%. And the blacks are at 45%. Let's see what the next chart tells us. Our schools are more segregated today than in 1980. I mean, that ain't saying shit. Because no matter how segregated the schools, the curriculum still teaches or tells our teachers to teach our kids about white supremacy and buy into white supremacy. So let's go to the next chart. The marriage gap has widened over the past 50 years. Let's see. It's hard to see. 55% of whites are currently married, whereas only 31% of blacks are currently married. All right? That's not a surprise to a lot of people. Let's go down. Children living with one parent by race. Let's see what this says. Black, 52%. Hispanic, 27%. White, 17%. Asians are faring the best. They're at 12%. But blacks are at 52%. Okay? Again, this is a result of the Black Holocaust, a result of racism, white supremacy. How many more do we have? 2? The 9th chart says that blacks are still far more likely to be uninsured than whites. That's true for both adults and children. And we're talking about healthcare here. Let's see. And that's not even saying nothing. I always say we need to, heal thyself, black man and black woman. We need to be able to take care of ourselves. But it says that blacks, uninsured rate, 52%. I'm sorry. Let's see. 52% insured. Whites, 72% insured. That's adults. And white children are 67% insured. Black children, only 38% insured. Okay? What's the next chart say? Let's get through this quickly, because this really ain't news to most of y'all. Alright. The racial disparity in incarceration rates is bigger than it was in the 1960s. That's a no-brainer. Let's see. Inmates per 100,000 U.S. residents. Black, 4,347. That's black males. White males, 678. Black women, 260. White women, 91. There's no comparison, y'all. So all y'all who think things have changed and we are American. It's not a black thing. It's not a white thing. It's an American thing. You better wake up and smell the crack. This has been Daku Akabo Wa'akatu.